All right, so let's just get right into it. Just when you thought the internet had completely moved on, Ned Fulmer, from the Try Guys, is back. And honestly, his return is way more complicated and frankly way more surprising than anybody could have possibly seen coming.
And this comment, it pretty much sums up how everyone felt. His big comeback announcement wasn't met with open arms. No, it was more like a collective gasp, a ton of confusion, and yeah, a mad dash for the unfollow button. A total digital jump scare.
So, you might be asking, why is everyone so worked up about this one guy's comeback? Well, to really get it, you've got to rewind the clock. We need to take a look at what made the original scandal back in 2022 so explosive. Why it became one of the biggest moments on the internet that year.
Okay, first up, let's break down the scandal itself. Because this was never just about a celebrity messing up. No, this was about the complete and total implosion of a very, very carefully crafted public identity. See, to really grasp why this whole thing blew up, you have to understand this specific internet trope. The wife guy. Ned Fulmer wasn't just a Try Guy, he was the wife guy. His entire brand, his whole shtick, it was all built on one single thing, how much he publicly loved his wife, Ariel.
And this is where it all just falls apart. On one side, you had this massive public persona. Books, merch, countless videos, all about loving his wife. And on the other side, the reality. Multiple people saw him out with a subordinate employee, which eventually led to him admitting to what he called a consensual workplace relationship. The difference between the brand and the reality was just staggering.
And here's the thing, this went so far beyond just personal drama. He cheated on his wife, Ariel, who by the way also worked at their company, with an employee that he was the direct boss of. So this wasn't just about cheating, it was a huge breach of workplace ethics. It was a full-blown HR nightmare. And this number, 11 days, it tells you everything you need to know about how seriously the other Try Guys took this. From the moment they found out, it took them just 11 days to bring in lawyers, do a full internal review, and completely remove Ned from the company he helped create. They did not mess around. And it all just unraveled so fast. Super observant fans started noticing he was being edited out of videos, then the photos leaked online, and boom, within days, his entire career with the Try Guys was over. He put out a quick statement, and then poof, he was gone. Until now, that is.
So, okay, that was 2022. He basically vanished off the face of the internet. But now, he's back, and he's attempting let's call it a very complicated relaunch to try and get control of the story.
So after years of silence, he pops back up with a big, exclusive interview and announces he's starting a new podcast. The title? Rock Bottom. And the whole idea is that he's going to interview other people who have survived their own major life low points. But it's the details of this launch that really set the internet on fire. First off, his debut guest was going to be his wife, Ariel. And the launch date he picked? September 16th, the exact anniversary of the day the Try Guys started the process to remove him. I mean, come on, that felt intentional. It felt less like a comeback and more like a provocation. And almost immediately, the whole conversation shifted. People weren't just mad at Ned anymore. They were completely baffled that Ariel would even participate. This comment says it all. It felt like some kind of public humiliation ritual.
You just had to scroll through the comments, and it was flooded with messages like this one. Everyone just assumed that she had stayed with him, and now she was being trotted out as a prop for his big redemption story. You saw this plea everywhere, for her to stand up for herself. And that was the question on everyone's mind. It just didn't make sense. It looked like she was publicly forgiving and helping the guy who built a career on being her husband, only to humiliate her on a global stage. But just when we all thought we had the story figured out, everything changed. Again.
Yeah, just when you think you've got this whole mess figured out, Ned's the villain, Ariel's the victim who is somehow enabling him. The entire story got flipped completely on its head. There was a final twist. Because you've got to remember, everything they put out for this launch, the magazine interview, the teaser clips from the podcast, it all screamed, we're a couple working through this together. It looked like a totally united front.
And then, bam! Just a few hours after that initial announcement, a spokesperson clarified to the very same magazine that Ned and Ariel had actually split up 3 years ago. They weren't together at all.
And this one little detail changes everything. They're separated. They're just focused on co-parenting. So suddenly, Ariel's appearance on this podcast doesn't look like a wife forgiving her husband. It looks more like two co-parents trying to publicly close a really difficult chapter. And the timing of this clarification was interesting. It came out right before a photo of Ned with a new woman hit the internet.
So all of this, the scandal, the comeback, the twist, it leaves us with a much bigger question, right? In this age of public callouts and digital footprints that never fade, can someone truly come back from a self-inflicted rock bottom? And maybe more importantly, what does that comeback even look like? That, I think, is the real story that's still unfolding.